An also important game 4 for Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, who trailed their best-of-7 series to the Los Angeles Lakers 2-1. LeBron with a deep three-pointer to double the Lakers' lead in the first to 6. Second quarter, the Kings still working. A little jab step. LeBron nails the deuce over David Roddy. And then how about Austin Reeves? His incredible run continues. He had a team-high 23 points. Lakers would get up pretty large on Memphis early, but Desmond Bane would bring them back as he nails the three at the half. Grizzlies just trail 54-52. Third quarter, it's Ja Morant. Incredible finisher, we know that, but his hand is hurting. As you see Ja in clear pain, pretty much every time he attacked the rim and failed, you can see Ja just visibly hurting. But he's a trooper. He stayed out there. How about Ja with a beautiful pass with his left? That probably was an easier pass than for Ja to use his right because it's hurting so bad. Inside to Xavier Tillman for the score. Jarrett Vanderbilt with the put in for the Lakers. And then how about Dillon Brooks? A lot of talk. There's a shot to back it up. And then here is the King. We're tied at 81 as we close out the third. How about Ja using that left and throwing it down just to beat the third quarter buzzer with a jam? Yeah, I'm him for real, Dad. Fourth quarter we go. It's Desmond Bane for show. Had been in a slump pretty much most of this series. Finally had a good one in game number 4. Bane off the miss. The three is good. How about a playoff career high 36 for DB? Memphis leads at 97-90. Then D'Angelo Russell steps up with a couple of big-time three-pointers. That one cut the Lakers deficit down to 1. And with 4 minutes to go, it's D'Lo for 3. Lakers take the lead. Memphis ain't done yet. It's Bane stepping back and stepping up to tie this game at 99. 2:30 to go. It's Ja Morant going at LeBron. A very dangerous play for all parties involved. Somebody said Adam Silver probably was somewhere nearly about to have a heart attack. So much money in the air. Everybody would be okay and play on, which leads to an Austin Reeves deuce. We're tied at 102, 14 seconds to go. How about a big block from Jaren Jackson? And then Ja with a behind-the-back dish to Bane. The Memphis Big Three steps up when their team needs them the most, and the Grizzlies take a 104-102 lead. 6 seconds to go. Grizzlies about to tie this series up at 2, right? Not so fast. It's LeBron going glass. He put that thing where Tillman nor Jackson could get to it. We're tied at 104.8 to go. Last chance for Memphis. Ja is blocked, and LeBron is goated. I know you just saw that. AD blocks Ja. LeBron grabs it, and this three-quarter shot goes in. It obviously doesn't count, so this game would go to overtime. And OT, that one did count. It's LeBron inside. He had 22 points, 20 rebounds. Brooks cuts the Memphis deficit down to 1 with that untested jam. Lakers get a putback from AD, who had his struggles throughout this game. He scores there. When it's winning time, this is what you wanted, Dylan. It's LeBron going and 1, and it's the Lakers winning game 4 behind LeBron's 20-20 effort. The first Laker to do that since Shaquille O'Neal. The Lakers put the 2-seeded Grizzlies on the brink of elimination as they now lead this series 3-1. What up? It's yours truly, the one and only. I'm Hoops FERRO. If you're enjoying the great quality content, real quick, I need you to hit the subscribe button so I can give you more content that you deserve.
James, he gets him. James drives. James is fouled and 1. LeBron.
I have a TikTok that's went viral on a couple platforms over the last couple days. A lot of people are killing me online today because I said Dillon Brooks had the opportunity to be legend, or he could be Lance Stevenson, depending on how games 3 and games 4 played out for himself and his Memphis Grizzlies. I stand by exactly what I said. I don't know why they're killing me. I know exactly what I said. I said he had the chance to be Legend or Lance. And he's been Lance Stevenson in games 3 and 4. Matter of fact, he's been worse than what Lance was many, many years ago, a part of the Indiana Pacers against LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Here's the reality of what the opportunity Dillon had. You know, he had the opportunity after calling LeBron James old in game 2 to come in and just hold LeBron to around his average. If the Grizzlies come in and get a win or 2 wins, then everybody looks at Dillon Brooks as a hero. He gets a big-time, massive contract next time around. I believe he's in the last year of his deal right now. All things are great for Dillon Brooks after calling out LeBron James, calling him old, all that good stuff. But what Dillon Brooks has done is nothing short of embarrassing in games 3 and games 4. Like, Dillon ain't played awful. He was worse last year, ironically, but this one's going to sting a lot more. I'm going to tell y'all why. You know, Dillon has declined to talk to the media after games 3 and games 4. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. Dillon has not talked to the media in Los Angeles after games 3 and game 4. Okay, so Dillon gets ejected in game 3. He hits LeBron below the belt. You know what? I kind of understand why you don't want to talk to the media. Your team just lost. Your man's Ja Morant goes for 45. You want to keep the energy high, positive. The Grizzlies did in game 3, you know, with some good energy, some good momentum going into game 4. Ja played well. Okay, you don't want to talk after you get ejected for hitting LeBron below the belt. I get that. I'm fine with that. But Dillon declined to talk to the media again after game 4. And to me, that's embarrassing. You got to stand on that. Yeah, remember, Dillon's had his back and forths with Draymond Green. If Dillon wants to take pride in being the new Draymond Green, Draymond doesn't shy away from the media when the Golden State Warriors win or lose. As a matter of fact, not only does he go talk to the media after the Warriors lose, whenever they do lose, he go shoot some podcast cuts in for an hour after and talk about the Warriors L. If you want to be the new Draymond Green, Dillon, it ain't going to always be peaches and gravy. That's part of being that person. Obviously, being a non-shooter, you should know that. But he declined to talk to the media and even blamed the media for him getting ejected in game 3, how he's being portrayed as a villain. I'm sorry. Did we make you say LeBron James was old, or did you say that out of your mouth? Are we the ones on the court making you talk trash to other legends of the game? Is the media out there missing shots for you? Are we guarding you on these shots? It's always blame the media when things don't go right in people's lives. Have you noticed that? Everybody's got to find a villain when things don't go in their right in their lives. And oftentimes the media is the one that gets it. It's not our fault LeBron James out there busting your ass. We ain't got nothing to do with that. That 40-year-old man going to work on you. We ain't got nothing to do that. Shaquille O'Neal had a great comment after this game. He said Dillon Brooks said he wanted 40 from LeBron. Well, LeBron went and got 20 and 20. So that's 40. You know, I'm looking at Dillon Brooks and I'm thinking to myself, it was Draymond Green a couple months back that said the Memphis Grizzlies, their dynasty starts the day they get rid of Dillon Brooks. And I'm looking at that. I'm not going to say that for certainty, but last postseason, it was about Dillon Brooks and the amount of missed shots he made on top of Ja not being healthy. This year, it's about Dillon calling out LeBron James on top of Ja not being healthy. You see some consistent trends here. Number one, Dillon talks too much and his game doesn't do enough talking. Number 2, Ja Morant's not healthy again. Memphis got some issues that they got to clean up. You know, I was one of the guys to call out Jaren Jackson before this series started. He has not been the problem. So I'm going to leave Jaren alone. Desmond Bane is my favorite Memphis Grizzly. He finally got out of his slump. He played really well. And I thought Ja at least gave it everything he had. I don't think he left anything on the table there in games 3 or 4. The thing with Ja is he's got to learn how to be a floater. Somebody brought up Tony Parker to me a couple days ago, and I definitely think that's somebody Ja should get on the phone with this summer and find different ways to attack the rim. With his quick first step, he's one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen in my life. He can still get past people quicker than Tony Parker could even. With Ja's quick first step, though, it's got to be more about floaters from 10 to 15 feet out versus attacking the rim. I mean, you've seen that hard line drive with LeBron. By the way, 98% of players would have been hurt after that play. LeBron just gets up robotically like an AI. So like an AI got up. I was like, whatever. But Ja's got to stop going up so dangerous. That is part of this injury that he's having right now. It's one thing for him to injure his knee. I think it's a whole other thing for Ja to injure hands and wrists. These are things that Ja's applying a lot of pressure to night in, night out with his style of play and how hard he falls to the ground. For Memphis, their backs against the wall as they enter Game 5. You might see a special guest in Memphis for Game 5. We shall see. Their back is against the wall as a 2 seed on the brink of elimination. I believe more than anything of the 2 injuries that the Grizzlies got, they're really missing those easy looks that Brandon Clark gives them. I don't know how much Steven Adams would play in this series, even if he were healthy. Obviously, he'd be a big body that would take some minutes, but I do believe Xavier Tillman would still be on the court a lot in this series just because of how hard he works. And he's not done a bad job on Anthony Davis, by the way, by any means. I mean, Anthony Davis had 2 poor games and 2 really good games. That's pretty darn good to me. I mean, that you take that, right? Like, Xavier did his job tonight against AD. Him and Jaren, they did a pretty good job against AD. AD had the opportunity to have overtime at his disposal. He played pretty decent in the fourth quarter and in overtime to kind of, right the wrongs of what was really a bad game from AD and a great team performance from the Lakers. Austin Reeves started out pretty good early. D'Angelo Russell, some big-time shots, man. I am not on board with signing D'Lo long-term, but it's nights like this that make you think, man, he's got something to him, man. He is fearless in the clutch as he nails just, I think, 3 threes in the fourth quarter that helped bring the Lakers back and take the lead in this game. And then obviously, y'all know I got to give LeBron some love here. As a Kobe Bryant lover, which is what I am, rest in peace to the late great. Kobe would do things that would just leave me speechless as a fan oftentimes. LeBron did some things in this game that left me speechless. LeBron is one of those guys where you look at his entire body of work at this point in his career and say, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Like for the first 15, 17 years, it was LeBron the athlete doing ridiculous stuff. Now, obviously, LeBron's still a great athlete, but more times when you're talking about LeBron's greatness in game, mostly you're talking about this dude still doing it at 36, 37, 38, 20 years in, right? LeBron actually did one of those plays in game that just left me speechless, making that over the half court shot that didn't count. But this was one of those things where like, that's just goated. Like, just come on, bro. Just the fling. I think he was flat-footed when he shot that, too. Just the power, the strength. Like, what was that, LeBron? That's just ridiculous. And for the shots that did count, LeBron made some big ones late. LeBron has definitely gotten criticized, and I believe deservedly so over the years, for not attacking the rim late in games. You can't call him out about that in this one. Went right at Xavier Tillman with the Lakers down a deuce late in the fourth quarter of that ball game and went high off the glass to tie that bad boy up. And then we go into overtime where LeBron, I believe, scores the first bucket for the Lakers and then finishes things off with an and-one finish with Dylan Brooks. This old man went right at Dylan. No, he didn't think twice about it and put the game away for Los Angeles, who now takes a 3-1 series lead as this series now shifts back to my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee for Game 5. What a win by the Lakers. What a awful loss for the Grizzlies, who really stepped up in the fourth quarter and had 2-2 right there in their hands and just could not put this one away. I'm out.